You know, Donald Trump is so consumed by the idea of tariffs that you think they might have said something about his tiny baby hands. But the wispy-haired traffic cone-in-chief has been beating this dumb drum for decades. Back in the 80s, Trump was telling everyone how Japan was ripping us off because they were making electronics and we weren't. His solution? Put some tariffs on it. Tariffs. In 2011, he was screaming about Chinese currency manipulation. His solution? Put some tariffs on it. And in 2016, he finally got to put some tariffs on it, but with not so good results. Farmers lost a manure ton of money because China slapped back with tariffs of their own, which led to a huge decrease in exports. And guess who paid for that loss? Me. Well, all the me's that make up us, because the government had to set up a farm aid package that cost about $28 billion. And the farmers still haven't recovered from it to this day. You know, the average American family paid out of pocket too. A Federal Reserve Bank of New York study estimated that by 2019, the average American household incurred an additional cost of approximately $831 annually. You know why? Big, beautiful tariffs. See, Trump has a hard-on for tariffs not because he can grab them by the consumer tax that they are, but because he believes they'll fix the trade deficit, which he thinks is ripping us off. He believes that tariffs will force manufacturers to make goods here in America, eliminating the trade deficit. But that's what happens when orange dye seeps into your brain like an RFK parasite. See, trade deficits are not necessarily bad. It depends on the context. Suppose you're a country with a lot of money and the largest economy in the world, and you love buying cheap shit. Sound familiar? You know, the last time he did this, the overall U.S. trade deficit did not significantly reduce. While imports from China decreased, imports from other countries increase, which led to kind of like a reallocation rather than eliminating the trade deficit. What we're dealing with here actually is an old man who for his entire life has been surrounded by people telling him that he's right, when actually he's a profoundly ignorant and curious man who compensates for his lacking intelligence with stone-headed belligerence and bullying. All his fans are about to discover that this orange ain't worth the squeeze.